Hello, guys. Norik Koczarian here with NKTV. I have this unique opportunity today to introduce yourself to yourself, a phenomenal athlete, but also uh, one of the kindest people I've known. You wouldn't even imagine he beats the height of most of his competition, but in a general life, he's one of the best friends of mine, which turned out to be to basically become from working with himself on a coaching level, and then it becomes one of my best friends. Today, I have this privilege to interview Andy Young. He's a mixed martial artist fighting in a flyweight division, holding multiple British titles. He's been a British champion, Irish champion, and he's been in arena of mixed martial arts and any other type of martial arts, which was a wrestling as well, BJJ, and other type of sports for years now. Andy, how are you?
I'm very good, Norik. Thanks very much for the warm introduction there. It's a very privileged to be a part of the NK team and stuff, and be with you today.
Fantastic. Andy, we started to work together back in 2013 when I sort of introduced you to the idea of what I would like to do with yourself and how I would like to work with yourself. And then without a doubt, you just jumped in on a board. Could you just give me the reason why you reacted so natural and so quick your response was like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah, I think there was always something missing in terms of my training and my sport and stuff. There was always something I felt I was missing in my game, and that was really the mental side, which I've come to understand is the most important part. And when I got the offer from you to kind of to work along with you and work on that specific side, I was just so enthusiastic and so ready for it. Like I knew it was exactly what I needed, and it's just totally changed my life in the sport and outside of it as well. I've grown so much.
Fantastic. As I said in the introduction, you've been in mixed martial arts or any type of martial arts for a long time. When did it start for you?
Well, I did martial arts from about the age of 5, so it's kind of been a lifelong thing. But it wasn't until I started competing in mixed martial arts specifically when I was about 20. So the last 7 years or so I've been doing it. But that's when you really get tested. You know, when it's fine training, but when you're under the lights and you're really competing in that high stakes adrenaline situation, that's when you get tested, and that's when you need to have the mind, very strong and ready.
Absolutely. Um, tell me something more about. Tell us something more about your desire. How did you realize you have so strong this desire of achieving the success, and what would the success mean to you? And basically, when did it start, and how did it become desire?
I think it was even after the first competition that I had, my very first fight. I kind of had this gut feeling. My intuition was telling me, you're in the right path. This is what you're meant to be doing. And I just had to trust that this is like the right path for me, and to just continue to, the utmost of this sport. And I recognize it as my passion. So I've learned that you have to pursue your passion to the utmost, and it would just mean everything to me to be my best self and to continue to do this. So I'm just a very like a real feeling of gratitude to be able to do this sport and to pursue it.
Fantastic, Andy. You said there quite a lot that when you started to get it serious and you got into into the right path. Alongside to the desire, I'm pretty sure you'll agree to that comes faith in what you do. How do you develop the faith and how you keep the faith going in what you do?
Um, Again, I mean, obviously, successes when I compete, helps to boost the confidence and to remind me why I'm doing things. But there's can be really powerful things. For example, like when I'm training or competing, you maybe get messages from other people, or people are talking to you on the street, and they just tell you that, you know, they're a big fan of yours, or they're, you know, they're really inspired by what you do, and things like that are just, they mean so much to me. So things like that can really help to keep my faith in what I'm doing, and it's the right thing for me. So it's just great that I can do what I love, and other people can be, you know, hopefully inspired by it in some way.
Fantastic. You quite recently told me after your last fight for a world title, someone came into you on a wedding day and said you inspired him. And can you just say something more about that? The desire of your own, you know, to achieve success. It's not only that bit which drives athletes, which drives people. When he said that, how did you feel then?
Yeah, I was just overwhelmed with kind of emotion and stuff. Like, you know, not only is it amazing to pursue your passion for your own good, but I think unconsciously other people see you doing something you love, and it really motivates them to do the same. And yeah, you know, to have someone come up and say that I inspire them was just incredible for me. You know, I just think, oh, I'm just fighting and this and that, but it's more than that. Like I said, it's pursuing a passion. It's not quitting. It's not giving up. It's fighting through adversity. It's doing all these things. And you know, the way I thought of it is just for myself. I'm doing this, but I realize that I'm influencing other people as I do that. So when you do something, overcome something difficult, it's not just you. You know, you're able to show this, and inspire other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said there about inspiring people, and it's not only, you know, your own journey; it's also who basically gets into your journey as well. How important it is. Alongside to that, you're gonna have people who might support you, who might not support you. But as you know from the sessions we've done, the biggest supporter for your own self is you, basically.
Hmm.
Alongside to that comes the auto suggestion, which is a self-talk. How important is it for yourself? Because I know you've been using this, and how could you describe the self-talk to yourself is helping you to improve and implement better skills?
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of the fundamental things that I practice. I don't think some people realize just how much, uh, or how powerful it is, your own self-talk. Yeah, have to catch yourself on. You know, it's very, very easy just to start talking yourself down, but it's to recognize that, and then to stop yourself, and then start putting in positive language when you're speaking to yourself. So it's something that gives you a lot more power and allows you to kind of achieve what you want. I would do it before any competition, and just every day. It's just like almost like a muscle you want to work. The way I see it. So it's just continual repetition, and replacing negative with positive words, and just kind of just watching them, you know, observing your thoughts and making sure that they're good, positive ones.
Wow, fantastic. You said something so important in there that, you know, you're not just using that before the competition, you're using that on a daily basis.
Hmm.
It creates the habit, isn't it? It doesn't challenge you then. You don't have that struggle to of doing it when you actually go to the competition.
Yeah, it's a lifelong thing. You want to be pursuing things outside the sport. If you're lazy in one way, it'll feed into other areas. So if I'm monitoring my thoughts and working on my mind outside of the competition, it'll help, you know, in every area. But yeah, it's basically bringing it all together.
Fantastic. Um, we spoke on the beginning about your desire, about your goals, about the drive for the success, and you know you have it in your mind what you want to achieve. How, because when we spoke for the first time, really, you still had the goals, but you said to me afterwards that you thought you understand your goals. But after certain time of working together and also competing and developing yourself, you realize that that moment you didn't understand your goal as well as you understand them now. How important is for you to understand your goals?
Yeah, well, it's the specifics of your goals, is getting real detail and knowing exactly what you want. And by having that destination or whatever of knowing where you're going, it's going to really help you to, you know, along the path. But if you don't really know where you're going, you know, it's very easy to get lost.
Fantastic. And to follow your path, through our sessions and I think like that, through um, yourself traveling and competing and having everyday routines and everything like that. I know from yourself that you've been using a visualization. How important is for you to visualize your goals or next fights or preparation, and how much it can actually help yourself and others?
Oh, it's a tremendous help. It's a real tool that I've been implementing that it's really brought my performances through the roof. It's I mean, if something sounds simple, people just brush it off. But to actually just sit even for 5 minutes and just do a visual walkthrough of a competition or anything, it doesn't have to be sports. It could be like an interview or like just something that's upcoming that you're maybe nervous about. If you plan it through in your head with real specifics, it gives you that confidence. You can see it going well over and over and over again. And your mind's a really powerful thing. So you visualize it going well 100 times over. You feel that it's actually happened that way, and when it actually comes to it, you've total confidence and it shines through. So, yep.
Wow. I'm just thinking, the way you said that, it just shows how powerful it is to actually focus on, the mental training because, as an athlete, I know myself how much I spend on a wrestling match, on a training session, travel on the camps, competing, and then if we could implement either like even let's say a third of that into and use a third of that time into the mental training, how much it can improve my training regime and everybody else's. Would you agree to that?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely massive help. It's just something other people just haven't really took on board to an extent. Like people don't realize how powerful and how important it is to work on your own in training for any sport. But it's hopefully like the works of yourself and other people, it's becoming more well known, and people can see just how important it is.
Absolutely. Andy, what method does Andy Young use to build the confidence?
Well, it's kind of just what we kind of talked about there, mostly self-talk, visualization, drawing inspiration from other people around me. I just have to go in, do what I love, compete and fight. There's people that have maybe disabilities or whatever, and they're still, overcoming them and fighting through them, and things like that really inspire me. Just to see people just not quit, not give up, and they're a much harder position than I am. I'm fit and healthy, and I've got a lot of opportunities around me. So for me not to make the most of that, would be terrible. So for me, I've got a real obligation to make sure that I do what I love and pursue it to its utmost.
Absolutely. Andy, from either a seminars you attended with myself or the conversations we had, that I've developed the habits of elite athletes. And one of the habits is 3D, which is decision, determination, and dedication. And
Mm-hmm.
I call the decision as the first out of those three. The reason is because you need to make a decision. How important for you is to make decisions and to stick to them, no matter what.
Yeah, well, you have to get your mind set on what you want and make sure that you follow through with it. If you have any doubt or anything like that on what you want, you'll not go far. You have to stay, strong on what you've decided to do.
Absolutely. Well, alongside the decision comes another powerful word, which is persistent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're a persistent person? And if yes, could you give an example, please?
Yeah. For me, that's definitely my key word. It's persistence. If you want something bad enough, if you just keep going and you just refuse to stop, you will get it. I remember I had a fight. I didn't get the right result. I felt kind of robbed and gutted that I didn't get the win, and I was so close to quitting and giving up. And part of me was like, no, let's just keep going. So I was like, right, fine. Went back to the gym, started training. 2 weeks later, took another fight and got the win. And it just made me realize just how much I do love this, and it's all worth it. You're gonna have ups and downs and stuff, but if you just persist and just listen to that wee voice is telling you to do it, and you want this, then you'll get what you want.
Absolutely. Andy, what you said there is so important because we basically we work in our life. When the success appears and we're very, very successful, it's not that we need to prepare for a negative situation, but we need to be ready. The ready is the key element, and I truly believe that you will agree to that. To be ready for that something can go wrong. Because it's not that you're focused on something wrong, it's you're prepared for that. And then when something wrong comes in, you basically, throw it, just shake it off and just go on, get back to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all experience, and again, I've kind of been able to experience quite a lot in my career. And the point now I've got to is realizing that there's an opportunity in every obstacle, and if I get faced with a setback or whatever, I accept it. I don't waste time feeling sorry for myself or being down. I accept it and realize that there's going to be an opportunity that will come from this. All I have to do is continue to work hard and train, and take a back step, and overlook your life and look different perspective, and just be like, yeah, I lost the fight or something, but you know what, I get to do what I love, and I'm still fit and healthy, and I'm able to do it.
Absolutely.
So that kind of gratitude really helps me.
And you said there just previously with regards, you didn't get the right result.
Yeah.
I just love it because you just worded the way you wanted to understand it more.
Yeah.
Just a quick question in here. What is more sort of destructive for yourself? Is the lost fight or the question to yourself, what's next? What do you think is more destructive?
The more destructive thing would be just to focus on just that fight and the loss. And definitely the more constructive thing is to focus on what I'm going to do next. It's a journey, you're on, so you might have wee bumps in the road, but you're still got your focus and your gaze at the end of the path, and that's where you want to be. So
absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely will agree that, and I'm pretty sure whoever listens to this interview will fully agree to yourself. Just to understand, as you said, it's the path, it's the journey, which leads to, and the bumps will be there, and
it's a much healthier mindset.
Yeah, the bump will teach you. The bump will not just, divert you or something. It has to teach you and move you forward.
And again, that's experience, and things that obviously you've taught me and helped me with has made me realize that, if I have all my focus just on that one fight and I don't get the result, you're in a real downward spiral. But if you realize it's just a wee bump on the road, it's not so bad, and you can deal with it.
Well, Andy, I'm so privileged because you so many times mentioned our work together and how much influence it had. How important for you is, I know you've been on different teams as well and training with different people, but how important is to have a strong team around yourself, which basically helps you in every area? Tell me something about the importance of it.
Yeah, well, again, like kind of iron sharpens iron. You got the best people around you. It helps to bring you along. It's like that whole thing, the closest people around you, you're kind of the combination of that. You know what I mean? You've got the right people around you, it'll uplift you. So again, it comes back to yourself being the best you can be, and overcoming things. You're going to be influencing other people as well. So you've got a lot of influence, and a lot more than people think sometimes.
Absolutely, and I fully agree to that. And one of the most common saying is, the 5 people you surround yourself most of the times reflect the habits and the lifestyle you have, really. And yeah, absolutely, it's the same thing. As you said, the knowledge you receive, it's not only appearing in one area of your life, but you can implement it to the other parts of your life.
Yeah.
Andy, what would be one of the most important things that helped you and still helps you to keep going today? And could you give an example of it?
Again, it's the mindset of gratitude, and the right perspective. It's very easy to get yourself pulled into thinking very small and keeping yourself in a little bubble. But when you realize in the grand scheme of things, you've got an amazing life. Most of us are lucky enough to have, a home, running water, food. Like we've got everything that we really need, and we're able to have the opportunity to go and pursue maybe if our passion if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
So just to have, the gratitude to have that really kind of changed my mind. And anytime you're having difficulty, like say if I'm doing hill sprints and I find it, oh, this is so hard and this is really difficult, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, that I'm running here. There's people that can't run. There's people that can't walk. What am I complaining about? I'm able to do this. So that really drives me, a lot more so than other emotions. Sometimes you train with like real anger and aggression, but that more peaceful kind of good feeling of gratitude motivates me a lot more and pushes me more in my training.
Fantastic. Just to sum up on literally, everything you said in here, you mentioned quite a lot of about the gratitude, and I'll fully agree to you to that because from my background as well, I remember the situations when I wanted to give up on a training because you understand this, and I'm pretty sure most of the guys who will watch this will understand the weight cut. And when you have that down moment on a weight cut, you can only be grateful that you still managing to train. You can move, you can get back home, refuel, and keep going. And you have and a gratitude to have the goal, to have the desire is so important as well.
Yeah, 100%. In my opinion, it's definitely one of the most powerful mindsets to have. It's something I've really developed and worked on the last year or so, and it's changed my life.
Fantastic. Andy, last question, and I'm hoping not, sort of overwhelming you with this.
Mm-hmm.
Last fight, world title actually. You went there and give your best, and we spoke about it quite a lot before and afterwards. And I just want you to share everything you went through after the fight. How did you take the result? And because I truly believe it is so inspirational, and a lot of people need to hear that. How you reacted to the result?
Yeah, well, obviously there's a bit of disappointment that I didn't get the result I was looking. But I'm a big believer of listening to your gut and your intuition on how you feel internally. I've had fights before that I've won and I felt really bad after because I didn't perform at my best and didn't give the best of myself, maybe held back a little bit. Whereas in that fight, like I had ticked so many boxes. I had the opportunity to go in and be the main event, fight for a world title, have all my friends and family there support me, bringing everyone together. I put on a great fight. I believe it was like fight of the night. Everyone loved it. And yeah, I think like I ticked, 9 out of 10 boxes that I wanted to achieve. So for me, it was overwhelming, like positive. Kind of, although the result wasn't what I wanted, there were so many positives from it that I felt like a win. And I know so many people afterwards were, giving me, saying good things, and it really, really helped to keep me motivated and keep me going. But yeah, more so was that internal feeling that, yeah, I mean, I did well and I was proud of myself. I think that was the key word. I was proud of my performance. So when you're proud of your performance, you don't really feel like you've lost.
Fantastic. Wow, man, you just said there something so powerful. It's, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys can relate to this, winning a fight and not being happy with it, and then having the outcome they didn't want to have, but feeling that they took over the world because of the performance they put in. And I think on the everyday basis, it's your performance. No matter what you do, you get up to do better, to perform better. And when you go with that kind of mindset, you don't have any pressure. You can analyze yourself better and feel better with it.
Yeah, I think you've got like an internal guiding system. If you feel you should be doing something and you're not, it really gets you down. But you need to be listening to that, feeling. Like if party is like, I need to get up and go for a run tomorrow morning. If you don't do it, you kind of feel a bit guilty because deep down, you should have done it. So it's just kind of listen to that. It doesn't have to be in sports; it can be in life as well. Just sometimes doing the harder things that normally the right choice. But just listening to yourself and getting that sense of pride, from what you're doing.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic person. Andy, as I said before, I'm truly privileged and grateful for having this opportunity to interview today, and also for having an opportunity to work with so phenomenal athlete, but also a fantastic human being. You are true inspirational, and I'm grateful for having the experience to share my knowledge with a person like yourself. And I truly believe, if you watch this video, you have a privilege of hearing a fantastic knowledge and fantastic information from this guy. I'm telling you, watch this space, because this guy is just, starting this journey. Really, even though he said it was 7 years ago, he's just starting this, and he's gonna go through everything. Thank you so much for.
Thank you so much, Norik, for that. I really appreciate it. It's great to be a part of this, and very very privileged myself to be able to train alongside you, and to learn from such a great individual as yourself, and it's very inspirational for me as well. So yeah, hopefully I've been able to give you some good information, and a lot of people can draw something from it.
Absolutely. Well, I truly believe it will move forward and inspire so many people. This bit of time we spent together, and I wish you all the best. And I don't want to sound like it's the last conversation. As I said, it's just the beginning, as we doing. But yes, thank you so much with all my heart. I'm privileged and happy to be here today with yourself, and looking forward to our next sessions.
Yeah, I will indeed.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for your time.
You too. Thank you.